Well, good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to do measurements, voltage measurements on a potentiometer. So as we know that the potentiometer, it has three leads, the middle lead, the left lead, and the right lead. So the middle leads need to be connected to the analog input, which is labeled as A0. The left one will need to be connected to the voltage supply, which is labeled as 5 volts, and the right one need to be connected to the ground. So we need to configure the C programs at the Arduino Uno, that the input port will be on the A0, which is from the middle pin, and then we also need to put some delays so that the measurement not to run too fast, and we also need to define the baud rate to be at 115200 so that it will be synchronized with the Python programs. So when we already declare the port pin to be the input pins, okay, the pin modes for the port pins, and then for the E0, we are going to declare as the analog read on the input pin, and we're going to execute these things. So when we execute, you're going to see that the readings from the port, they actually depends on the setting of the knob at the potentiometer. For now, it's shown as 700 plus. If I move to the maximum, for examples, I'm going to see that it's around 1023, and if I move probably to the lowest value, I'm going to have a reading of 0. So basically what you see that the 0 correspond to the 0 voltage readings on the port. The 1023 correspond to 5 volt readings on the analog read. So which means that the 5 volts every 1024 range, they will have a certain value which is 5 over 1024 volts, which means if there's no voltage drop, you're going to see a 0 range. When there is 5 volts, you are going to see the reading will be 1023. So I'm going to send this the data through the serial port using the baud rate, which we already set at 115200. Now you need to call on the Python programs in order to accept the data. So this will be the Python programs that's going to set the data. So now I'm going to execute it. So when I execute it, okay, so I have here access as Z9 because I'm opening the output port. So just remember that you need to switch off the output port. So go back to the Arduino and make sure that the port is being closed. So in this case, I open it out. So I'm going to set probably at the center and probably at some value there. So it's at range of 317 now. So I'm going to close the output port, and then going to execute again from our Python. So there's a Python programs. So now I'm going to execute, going to see what will be the results. So now we are going to get the reading here is actually 1.55 volts, okay, which makes sense that because it's slightly half of the voltage between 0 to 5 volts. So basically you can see that the C programs will configure the board with all the setup that you already put, and then send the data through the serial ports, and we are using the Python programs to read the data, and then we can actually print to the display or can use for either other data analysis. Thank you very much.